Welcome to Nature Nurture Hub. Step beneath the graceful canopy of the southern magnolia, Magnolia grandiflora, and you'll understand why it's called the Queen of Southern Gardens, where every petal whispers elegance and every leaf breathes history. The southern magnolia, Magnolia grandiflora, isn't just a tree. It's an emblem of strength, grace, and everlasting beauty. Known for its glossy, evergreen leaves, creamy white flowers, and sweet, lemony fragrance, this magnificent tree has graced landscapes across the USA for centuries. From the warm coasts of the Carolinas to the heart of Texas, the southern magnolia thrives as a symbol of southern charm and timeless endurance. For beginners eager to add an iconic centerpiece to their garden, growing the southern magnolia, Magnolia grandiflora, is both rewarding and surprisingly simple when given the right attention. Let's explore how you can bring this majestic beauty to life right in your own backyard. Growing the southern magnolia, Magnolia grandiflora. To grow the southern magnolia, Magnolia grandiflora successfully, the key lies in mimicking its natural southern habitat. This magnificent tree prefers warm climates with high humidity, well-drained acidic soil, and plenty of sunlight. Start by selecting a location with ample space. Magnolias can grow anywhere from 60 to 80 feet tall, with a spread of 30 to 50 feet. That grandeur requires planning. Choose a spot that gets at least 6 hours of sunlight daily. While the tree can tolerate partial shade, full sun exposure promotes lush growth and abundant flowering. Avoid compacted clay soils or areas with poor drainage. Magnolia roots prefer loose, aerated soil. Amending your soil with peat moss, pine bark, or organic compost will encourage healthy root expansion and nutrient retention. When planting a young southern magnolia, Magnolia grandiflora, dig a hole twice as wide as its root ball, but only as deep. Gently loosen the roots before setting it in the hole, ensuring the root crown stays level with the soil surface. Backfill with a mix of native soil and organic matter. Then water thoroughly to settle the soil and eliminate air pockets. After planting, apply a 2 to 3 inch layer of organic mulch around the base to maintain soil moisture and regulate temperature. Be sure to keep the mulch at least a few inches away from the trunk to prevent rot. Watering and feeding the southern magnolia, Magnolia grandiflora. The first 2 years after planting are crucial. Regular watering helps establish a strong root system. Deep water your southern magnolia, Magnolia grandiflora, once a week, ensuring moisture reaches 10 to 12 inches into the soil. Once established, this tree becomes impressively drought-tolerant, although consistent moisture will reward you with lush leaves and abundant blooms. Fertilize once a year in early spring using a balanced slow-release fertilizer, 10-10-10. If your soil is naturally fertile or rich in organic matter, additional feeding might not be necessary. A light application of compost each spring can also provide steady nutrition. Sunlight, temperature, and humidity requirements. Southern magnolia, Magnolia grandiflora, thrives in USDA zones 7 to 9, but can adapt to parts of zone 6 with proper winter protection. These trees adore the warmth and humidity typical of southern climates. They handle hot summers gracefully, but young trees benefit from shade protection during extreme heat waves. In areas with harsh winters, wrap the base with burlap and mulch heavily to shield roots from freezing. Mature magnolias are quite hardy and can tolerate brief frosts. Pruning and maintenance. Pruning your southern magnolia, Magnolia grandiflora, should be minimal. The tree's natural shape is beautifully symmetrical and rarely needs intervention. However, removing dead, crossing, or weak branches encourages airflow and prevents fungal issues. Prune only after flowering, typically in late summer. Avoid heavy pruning. Magnolias don't regenerate well from severe cuts. A light annual touch-up will keep your tree healthy and beautiful. Pests and diseases. Southern magnolias are resilient, but they can occasionally face pests like scale, insects, aphids, or thrips. Keep an eye out for sticky residue or yellowing leaves. Early detection allows you to control infestations naturally. Neem oil or insecticidal soap works wonders without harming beneficial insects. Leaf spot, powdery mildew, and root rot can appear in overly wet conditions. Good air circulation, proper drainage, and avoiding overhead watering are the best preventatives. Blooming and fragrance magic. The southern magnolia, Magnolia grandiflora, produces its breathtaking blossoms from late spring to midsummer. These creamy white flowers can span up to 12 inches across, each one releasing a captivating fragrance that lingers through the garden. Even as the blossoms fade, the glossy green leaves and cone-like seed pods provide year-round appeal. Propagation tips. Propagation can be done through seeds, cuttings, or grafting. For beginners, semi-hardwood cuttings from young branches offer the best success rate. Take 6 to 8 inch cuttings in midsummer, remove the lower leaves, and dip the ends in rooting hormone. Plant them in a mixture of peat and perlite, keeping the medium slightly moist and warm. Roots usually form within 2 months. Seeds can also be started, but they require stratification, a cold treatment, for 3 to 4 months before germinating. Grafting is often reserved for professional growers aiming for specific varieties. Landscaping with southern magnolia, Magnolia grandiflora. This tree is a true showstopper in any landscape. Whether you plant a single specimen as a focal point or line your driveway with multiple magnolias, the effect is nothing short of cinematic. Pair it with azaleas, hydrangeas, or hostas for layered color and texture beneath the tree's canopy. The southern magnolia, Magnolia grandiflora, also serves as a valuable wildlife habitat. Its flowers attract pollinators like bees and butterflies, while birds enjoy its seeds and branches as shelter. Overwintering and longevity. Once mature, southern magnolia, Magnolia grandiflora, can live over a century, standing as a living monument to your garden's story. Protect young trees from cold winds and frost by wrapping the trunk and applying extra mulch during late fall. With minimal maintenance, this tree remains evergreen, elegant, and enduring year-round. Embrace the southern legacy. Growing the southern magnolia, Magnolia grandiflora, isn't just gardening, it's preserving a legacy of grace, resilience, and natural beauty. It's the tree that welcomes generations, shades summer gatherings, and perfumes the air with timeless southern sweetness. Start with patience, nurture with care, and soon your garden will carry the soul of the South. Grow with Nature Nurture Hub, and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more expert tips and inspiring plant stories. Let's grow together, one leaf at a time.